Guess what time it is?
It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Good morning, 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 entrepreneurs. Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day and good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day and good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to today's show with your hosts, Kim White and Kerry Zarb. Kim White is the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business community, and Kerry Zarb is the founder of Zinc Business Solutions. Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the roving reporters and, of course, Kim and Kerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Carrie. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Kim, how are you?
I am so excited for today's show. I can't hardly stand it.
I know it's a little bit exciting because we've got a lot packed into this one and a few little surprises as well.
Carrie, we have some pretty big surprises, I think. I think they're a big deal is what I think.
They are. I just didn't want to oversell and maybe or overpromise, underdeliver, all those kind of things. So I was trying to contain myself, Kim.
Oh my goodness, Carrie, let me just tell you, we are under promising and over delivering on our surprise towards the end of the show. That is what I'm going to say. Because, okay, I'm going to stop talking because you know me, I'm going to spill it.
Well, Kim, before we step into our first segment, I just want to remind everyone tuning in, firstly, thank you for joining us. And secondly, if you have any questions throughout the show, wherever you're tuning into, pop them into the chat because we want to answer those questions. We're here to not only be together and bring all of these amazing humans to you in this show, but we want to be here for you as well. So if you have any questions as you're tuning in, pop them in the chat wherever you're tuning in, and we will answer those next week.
Carrie, I don't know that we can get to all the questions. I will say that. However, I do want to say that entrepreneurs from all across the world are coming together for this show. And to me, that is so sexy, Carrie.
It is, Kim, 100%. And I think it's just that global connectivity of bringing all these. I know I'm getting a little bit fancy. Don't expect all the big words, guys. But bringing everyone together. We're on the journey together. We want to share the trials and tribulations that we all go through as entrepreneurs. And speaking of which, do we have something to talk about before we head over to our first roving reporter, Kim?
We do. In entrepreneur land today, Carrie, this is what we just are calling this segment, y'all, just so you know. It's so that we can bring up some topics. And Carrie, I want to just put some spicy out at the beginning of the show and say that marketing campaigns is a dirty word to most people who are either learning to be an entrepreneur, or they don't understand what that means, or they think it's kind of something sketchy because they've had an experience like that. But Carrie, we want to talk a little bit throughout the show about really what a marketing campaign looks like.
So we'll be doing some sprinkles, Kim. There'll be some sprinkling throughout the show.
I think we should sprinkle a little bit of marketing campaign info all throughout, Carrie.
That sounds like fun.
It's to help everybody listening. So if you are out there listening and you don't understand marketing campaigns, we hope we shed a little bit of light today throughout all the segments to just kind of make you understand what you can be doing too.
Awesome. There you go. So, Kim, let's head over to our first roving reporter because we have Donna Bender standing by, and we are going to hand it over to you, Donna.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about brand awareness at outdoor events. Now that summer is almost here in the US, and I'm sorry to say that to all our friends on the other side of the world, it is a great time to build brand awareness while having other people market your brand. Branded bags are a great outdoor advertising vehicle that does more than show off your logo, but selecting the right bag that represents your brand and that could be reused after the event is critical. Having your logo out and about for other people to see is an easy lift and a great way to build brand awareness. One idea could be something like this clear bag with your brand on it. There are so many sporting events and conferences and large venues and platforms where security is requiring people to show the inside contents of their bags. And by having a clear bag, it becomes less of a hassle and surely less stressful because you don't have to take everything out and put it all back again. And people will thank you. Clear bags come in many different shapes and sizes and can be used by both men and women. Do you know what the number 3,300 represents? It's the number of impressions, or how many times it will be seen, that one promotional bag delivers over its lifetime, which is generally anywhere between 11 and 14 months. So imagine giving out 50, 100, 500 bags. That number of impressions that will reach a larger audience. Research shows that 50% of consumers are more likely to do business with advertisers who gave them a promotional bag. The exposure and brand awareness that a bag can bring to your business is priceless. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Donna. Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
I love what she brings to the table because she is so fun. She's super brilliant about what she does, Carrie, but she is so fun in doing it. When she showed up with the sunglasses, I'm like, what in the world?
I thought it was perfect. And I tell you what, if Donna saw how many bags Kerry has in her house, well.
And you know, Carrie, I keep those for a very long time and I use them. So I think she's brilliant recommending that for everyone to think about putting their brand on.
I think it's a great idea too, Kim, because I keep them all. Every single one of them. I am, probably self-confessed bag hoarder. Yes.
We might be related again, Gary.
We could be. Oh my goodness. So it is time to go to our next roving reporter, and we have Melissa Botoff-Airy standing by. So we are going to hand it over to you, Melissa.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Melissa here, coming to you straight from my own podcast studio, but today as a roving reporter for GME. And today I actually want to talk about a really hard topic. How hard, you say? Well, it's so hard that most of us entrepreneurs avoid talking about it. We definitely avoid thinking about it. And for the most part, whenever we can get away with it, we try not to do it. So what am I talking about? Marketing, right? Did you cringe just a little bit? Because I do every time I say the word. Today I'm specifically speaking to those of you like me that run a more niche business, maybe one that's more mission-led or heart-led, something that might be in a more delicate area, possibly the mental health field. Possibly you're in a field that deals with chronic illness, or maybe an end of life or transition field. Or you might be like me and you're in the grief and loss space. You see, I do host a podcast and have a community of moms and other people that I support in the suicide loss space. Since losing my 21-year-old son to suicide almost 7 years ago, I know what it's like to do something hard. And I also know what it's like to want with everything in me to help as many people as possible in the area that I'm working in. So I would argue that marketing isn't something that we can even afford to consider not doing, because if we don't, then who can find us? And if they can't find us, how can we help them? That's the simple way to look at it, right? In coming segments, I want to break down the pieces just a little bit more for you. I want to break down the how, the why, and the where. But for today, I'm just going to leave it here and remind you that if you don't find a way to reach the audience that needs you, you won't be able to help the people that you want to help. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Melissa.
You know, she's in a really hard space, Carrie, but I am not going to back down today from our theme of marketing campaigns, because honestly, if we are doing something that we are a solution for someone, it's important they are able to connect with us. So I love that she brought this. I know it's hard, but I am so grateful that she does the hard and that she puts herself out there so that people can be helped by what she's doing.
I agree, Kim, and we know Melissa does a fantastic job in supporting her community, and we know many have found her because of those marketing efforts. So we understand how critical, yes, the book, exactly. We understand how critical that is, and we support that wholeheartedly. So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We are super excited that you're here with us, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us, and the link is below. Thank you for being here with us on this awesome Friday. We have amazing segments coming your way, so no need to change the channel just yet, because we do need to hop into our next roving reporter, which is Yvonne Marchese. Over to you, Yvonne.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I am your resident age agitator, here to talk about midlife entrepreneurship. And today, my guest is Jen Berlingo. She is a coach and an author. She has written a book called Midlife Emergence, Free Your Inner Fire. Did you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur when you were doing the counseling in the more traditional sense? Or did you kind of begin to take on that title and own that title once you became a coach and started changing your marketing?
I've always had sort of an entrepreneur mindset, just in being self-employed and having a private practice. So I have considered myself an entrepreneur, but marketing for a local private practice is really different than marketing, globally. And it felt like I was making that shift all along. It started really small, but then it was like, oh, I started to do some online courses, And I started to learn more about how to market myself in that way. So now, having written a book, I've also heard the title authorpreneur, where the book is sort of a business card in a way, where, people can maybe find me through reading Midlife Emergence. And then if they're curious about that or want to work with me more personally, can join, different groups or become a one-to-one coaching client.
Tremendous. What have you learned about yourself in making this shift?
A lot, actually. How to encapsulate that? I think the idea of marketing has turned for me, where it used to feel kind of, and I hear this from a lot of people who consider themselves artists or healers, where they have this feeling of like marketing being icky or having some shame around like really showing what it is that they're offering and putting that out there and doing self-promotion. And I used to feel that way. I used to feel like, oh, I don't want to bother people, or that seems strange. But I've flipped that to really consider the fact that, like what I said before about holding the umbrella up higher or flying my flag, putting that out into the world so that people who need it can find it. And so in making that as visible as possible, that feels service oriented to me. It doesn't feel icky, self-promotion. So
what a great
that's just one
reframe
aspect
of the whole purpose of marketing, right?
I'm more introverted as a person. That's why I write. But then in like promoting my book, it's like, oh, I need to go speak at a bookstore or do a podcast or something. And it's like, okay, there is a reason behind this. I really want people to hear this because I care so deeply about it. And so never mind my own shyness or discomfort with my voice or whatever might be there for me. It's like, I need to still put things out into the world as much as I possibly can, just because I believe so deeply in it and I care so much. So
Tremendous. That's the perfect thing to go out on and talk about a midlife emergence right there. Right there.
Thank you.
That's phenomenal. Thank you so much for being here with me, and back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Oh my goodness, Kim, I know you planned all of this. Yvonne, thank you. And Jen, that was incredible.
I think the most awesome thing about this whole community and all the roving reporters together, Carrie, is that we don't plan the themes for the shows until after we get the things. And it turned into a theme of marketing campaigns. We're doing that in Mastermind. And so it was fitting, but almost all the roving reporters came to the table with an example. So it's like, that is so powerful to me to hear. And I love that she's talking about using her book as a marketing tool, because that's what we talk about. So I feel like that was really great.
And speaking of books, Kim, we're heading over to our next roving reporter, which is Holly Totten. So it is over to you, Holly.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur, have you ever wondered why your story matters? I truly believe that we all have a story, and I also feel we should share those stories for the betterment of others. And when you think about your story that goes along with finding your business, building your business, all of the experiences and value that you've been through and found in your business, the story can be not only important, but also very valuable for others. There are entrepreneurs out there that are struggling. They may not know the next steps to take. They may be struggling with some of the things that you've already been through and figured out. And they might be at a point to where they're thinking, why am I spending my money and my time and my energy every day, day after day, when I don't even feel like I know what I'm doing? You've been there. You have probably walked a very similar path. And when you can share your experiences to help another entrepreneur, then your story does matter, especially to those who need to hear it. That's all for today. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Holly. Oh my goodness, Holly is so amazing, Kim.
So I'm going to do a short plug for Holly because this is the last edition. She's got 3 of these, but that was the last one where she literally helped a whole crew of people go through and learn how they can share their story, learn how to put it in print, learn all of that. Such a huge marketing piece. So, Carrie, we're still sticking with our marketing theme here.
We're still there, Kim. I love it.
It's pretty exciting. So, Carrie, can you pretend like you're not on stage with me for just a minute? Can you just pretend? No, don't go away. No, Carrie.
I've been dying to do that.
She likes to trick me, y'all. So I want to introduce somebody that's very famous, and you have to just let me. That's what I'm going to say. So here is the owner of Zinc Business Solutions, the founder of the Simply Biz Beans Club. She is not only a brilliant financial designer and entrepreneur, but she's a rock star podcaster that's changing the world, flipping the world upside down, and helping people, entrepreneurs in particular, become their own financial designers and take control. Carrie, we like control. So welcome the famous Kerry Zarb.
Thank you, Kim. And honestly, it's too much because it's just me. It's just me.
Just you is pretty amazing though, Carrie. And we have to talk about why are you podcasting when you are like this high level financial designer, you own this big business that's rocking, like you have all this, but what about that caused you to get into podcasting and putting that message out there? Because I know right now you've got a pretty spicy one going on.
Well, Kim, I think without going into the whole backstory, it is an opportunity to, well, we're talking about marketing and marketing your business. Podcasting is a great opportunity to get yourself out there to another audience, a different platform, a different medium that we can use in our business. So similar to what Holly said, when you've got something to share and you've got the ability to, and I didn't know what I was doing. Like everybody else that starts a podcast, you've got to start somewhere because you just don't know. And you work it out. And it was a good little Great Freeze of 2020 project that had been on pause since 2018. So that's what kicked it off, and it's had a name change since, and it's now all about finances because it started as just about business, and now it's it's heading to a little spicy territory in coming weeks. But check out the latest episode this week, which is, well, I'll call that it's a good episode. They're fantastic episodes that Kim's joining me in the virtual cafe for these conversations, and we get to talk all about business finances. And yeah, we may have recorded a couple that are coming along pretty soon, Kim, that I'm going to put some kind of warning at the start of those episodes, I think. And yeah, it's going to get real.
So let's talk for a second, Carrie, about the title of your marketing campaign, because we do want to be out there with that. We want to talk about that, but I get so tickled because you get so fired up. This is such a perfect topic. Why do you get fired up, Carrie, and what is that title?
So the title is What Grinds My Beans, and I've got my little grinder here. I don't want to kind of churn the wheel because it is a bit noisy, but the title is What Grinds My Beans. And for me, coffee beans represent money in our business. So I'm bringing, it's where coffee meets money in the virtual cafe with us. And I got a little bit kind of fired up about the recurring payments, Kim, and what happens in those spaces, where they come from, and again, all the trials and tribulations that we can have in that area of our business finances. So, yeah, I might have pulled out quite a few milk crates and got a little bit spicy.
I was going to say, Carrie, anyone who listens to the podcast knows that sometimes when Carrie gets fired up, there are some words that are dropped. I do want to point out that it's Carrie, what do you call it here?
What we're doing now is the G-rated version. Is that the one?
It's the G-rated version here. So I just want to say that. And Carrie, I would love to go to the commercial about the podcast so that everybody can kind of get a idea of how amazing it is. Is that okay with you, Carrie?
Absolutely. Do you struggle to understand your business finances? Are you sick of not being able to keep up with the beans in your business? Tune in to the Simply Biz Beans podcast for weekly coffee convos about business finances. This is where coffee meets money. Hosted by Kerry Zarb and Kim White in the virtual cafe, we invite you to join us at our table with your favourite brew. Because we understand your finances are as private as your underwear. This is why we share these personal conversations with you, so that you can get in control of your business finances. We chat about the real issues we've faced with our flippin' digits and discuss everything in a simple way to help you on your BizBeans journey. As Princess Kim would say, buckle up, and I'll say, come on, let's go, it's coffee time. Catch the Simply BizBeans podcast on your favourite podcast channel today.
Oh my goodness, Carrie, I love the podcast, and thank you for letting me hang out with you in the virtual cafe. Because let me just say this out loud, y'all. She just finally let me come and stay because I wouldn't go away. I needed so much help. I needed her. So that's why I ended up there. But Carrie, what is this week's episode? The title for this week's?
This week's, I believe, is Numbers Hurt My Brain. Because we all have those moments where we're just like, the numbers. It can be too much.
And that one will drop Monday here in the U.S. And the one that dropped this week was that we don't need qualifications to become our own financial designer.
Correct. And I just want to highlight that Kim knows the episodes better than me. So, yay!
Because I'm taking notes and studying, Carrie. Thank you so much, Carrie, for sharing. And thank you for sharing what grinds your beans so that we cannot get really taken advantage of either.
My pleasure, Kim. Thank you. So, Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter, the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado. Take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Each week, I'll bring you tips on health, wellness, and fitness to help you and your body stay freaking fabulous. This week, we're talking about, are you a busy bee or a burned out business owner? So when you're launching or growing your business, it can feel like nothing else is more important, not even taking care of yourself. Exercise quickly gets moved from the necessary column to the only when there's time column. It's often hard to step away from the desk and get some exercise, but more entrepreneurs need to make it a priority. Exercising can improve how you feel, how you think, and how well you can focus. And that's good news for your heart and your business. A busy entrepreneur is someone who's actively working on their business, while a burned out entrepreneur is someone who has become exhausted and overwhelmed by their work and may be experiencing physical and mental exhaustion. What to do? Here's some tips. Schedule and exercise. Yes, I said it. You knew I was going to. Exercise helps boost your creativity and problem-solving skills by releasing endorphins, which can make you feel good and relieve stress. Working long hours on projects can lead to a slump in creativity. Exercising can be an effective way to think up innovative solutions. Breathing. Yes, breathing helps to increase calm. It increases energy. It lowers your blood pressure and helps support correct posture. So here's a trick that you can do that only takes 1 minute. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5, wait 5, and then rinse and repeat 3 times. That's 1 minute total. Take a boogie break. Dancing, of course. It's great for your brain, enhances your mood, and burns calories on top of being fun. I turn up the music and dance my type of dance, of course, when no one's watching, and then I'm ready for the next part of my schedule. Get out. No, seriously, get out. Take a stroll around the block. No matter how ergonomically optimized your workstation is, sitting stationary in an office swivel chair for hours on end doesn't enhance your posture. Get out of your seat and onto your feet. Studies have found that people who simply take short walking breaks have lower rates of obesity and other risk factors for diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The creative process also includes a creative stage called incubation. So when you take a break, when you take a minute of quiet, incubation is those ideas that you've been exposed to meet, mingle, marinate, and then produces a eureka or aha moment. The secret incubation? Nothing. Literally disengage from work and take a rest. It's the elixir for mental blocks and helps improve memory. All it takes is 1 minute. So I hope we're all busy bees and not burned out entrepreneurs. And this is Kat Corchado. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Kat. Oh my goodness, isn't she incredible?
I sat up straighter, Carrie. I know that's what we do every time we see her because she's going to kick our booty, right?
Yeah.
She has the most amazing community. I have to tell you, she kicks my booty on the weekly. And I am so grateful for that she does because she practices what she preaches, which is literally getting healthier. And she reads my mail when she's talking about entrepreneurs.
Well, Kim, it is time to go to our next roving reporter. We are heading over to Denise Millay. So take it away, Denise.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Good morning. This is Denise Millay coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today we're going to talk about, of course, we're still talking about keywords and findability. Keywords are the things that your searching customers are using when they're looking for things on the internet. They're going to a search engine and they're typing in words or they're speaking words into their phone. And we keep talking about different ways for you as an entrepreneur to understand what your words should be to match what your people are putting into the search engine. So I'm going to talk about today the first beginning of a customer journey. If you think about it, when someone is just beginning to understand the problem they have and they're trying to find a solution, they don't have a lot of information, a lot of background yet. So they're in the very beginning, they're trying to understand the brand, the promotion, they're trying to understand the things you do, the tasks you do, what the actual thing you do is, and how to understand it. So that's the first stage, and those people are the ones that need the most information because they're just starting out and they want to feel confident that they're making the best decision for themselves. So how do you as an entrepreneur know which direction to go in? Like, how do you know what to put out there, right? Well, I will say that think of it as your people are in conversation using a search engine to have a conversation to answer all the questions you'd have if you were having a conversation with your friends, or if you were sitting down in a restaurant or in a coffee shop and you're talking to people and you're trying to say, well, I don't know. And you would ask the following questions. You would say who, what, when, where, why, how, with whom, how long, like you want the definitive tell me, brain dump everything you know about this and tell me. So we as entrepreneurs need to provide that information. It may sound crazy, but just the basic things can make someone feel so much more comfortable and confident in what they're doing. So you want to answer that and give them that confidence. So everyone in the beginning journey needs you to answer the basic things. To be findable, you need to answer those questions. Because we want you to be findable. In the end, if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Thanks so much. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Denise. Oh my goodness, Kim. What is going on today? Everyone is just bringing it. I love this.
I love it too, Carrie. And again, back to marketing. It doesn't really do any good to do marketing if they can't find it. Whoop,
No.
Sorry about my puppy.
Good morning, puppy.
She's so ridiculous.
Well, Kim, I think she knew what was going on over here because we've got another roving reporter to head over to. So we are going to pass it over to you, Jill.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Hi, I'm Jill, a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs with unique solutions for mama entrepreneurs. What is moving the needle towards living not just your best life, but your dream life? Stop getting caught up in what everyone else is doing and really choose your own adventure. Entrepreneurship and motherhood are not cookie cutters that we can go out and buy from someone who's done it before. So let's get some feedback for what's working for you and work on leveling those things up. Listen to those who need solutions from you, not those who have all the answers. Entrepreneurs, is that campaign you just launched answering all the right questions? Great. Now make it juicier. And what are your followers saying about it? Listen to what they have to say. Mamas, is dedicated playtime after school with your littles making your cup overflow? Great. Now spice it up for them with some new activities. Listen to what they are saying they want to do with you. Taking one thing that works really well for you and making it better little by little might feel like a slow process, but I really don't know of anything that grows overnight, except maybe our tiny humans. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Oh, thank you, Jill.
I love that. Only the tiny humans grow overnight. Super, super cute.
Well, Kim, I have a confession to make because the puppy threw me off my game and I didn't even introduce Jill properly. So that was the amazing Jill Olish, who is bringing us solutions for mama entrepreneurs. So thank you so much, Jill, and apologies for the lack of introduction when the puppy threw me off my game.
Jill is used to this puppy for sure. I'll just tell you that.
Well, thank you for tuning in. You are here with us on Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial. Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
even the universe did not know what it was in for.
Determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Well, Kim, I'm really excited to be here, and I hope that everyone tuning in is excited to be here because we've still got a little bit more show coming your way. And as Kim would say, it is time to buckle up.
And we have surprises still, Kerry.
Oh, no, surprises. Oh, no, I can't wait for the surprises. So, Kim, I want you just to take a little bit of a moment here and swap gears for me, because I'm stealing the microphone and I want to introduce our next segment from the one and the only founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team, Kim. Wait, which way? That way? This way? Whatever way it is. Kim White, our very own princess who happens to have her own language, which is called Princess Speak. And Kim, will you share what today's word, words, phrase or phrases and tell us all about it?
I love that part, Kerry. You know, we're talking marketing campaigns all the way from the beginning in Entrepreneur Land, this show. I think juicy is our Princess Speak word of the day. Because if you have a marketing campaign that's not doing what you want it to do, I think juicy is what it needs to be done. Like juicy is a verb in our word, like in our world, you juicy something up. So it's not just a descriptive word of what something, you know, if you bite a strawberry and it runs down your chin, it's also the juicy of, I want to know more. I want to hear more about something. So we actually have several campaigns going on in this community that we think are pretty juicy, and we'd like to mention some of them, but I'm going to hold that for just a second, Carrie. And can we bring up Jill and Adam? Because I want to hear from them as well about what juicy means to them.
And as demonstrated before, Kerry's learnt where the oh, there they are. That's great.
So, Carrie, you want to go first with juicy, or you want them to go first? This is the messy bit. We get to pick.
Yeah, no, I need examples. So I think Adam always does a fantastic job. Adam should go first.
All right. Well, my definition of juicy is something that is enticing. You feel like you can't live without it. But at the same time, it's going to be something that is going to provide value for you, or is going to help you find the answer to the question that you're looking for. It'll give you a solution.
Ooh, that's a great definition, Adam.
I know. I feel like he came prepared, Kim. I'm not sure about this now.
No, was this a setup and we didn't know it?
So, Jill, what is your definition?
I feel like my definition is like a response, like it's a phrase. Like, I feel like it's, oh my gosh, that hit the nail on the head. Like it was just, yeah. If I saw something, it was juicy, I'd be like, yeah, give me more of that. Like that was it. That brought it to the table.
I love that.
I love
So,
you,
Kim,
Harry.
my definition, it just came to me as Adam and Jill were sharing. My definition, and this is going to be a little bit sideways, but it feels like pizza. Because have you ever seen pizza with all the cheese and it's just like, oh my God, you have to have it. Like you just want that pizza. So I know it's not like pizza day or anything like that, but I'm actually hungry now and want a pizza.
If y'all don't know, that's Carrie, cars and food.
And it's really funny that you say that, Carrie, when you've never had a New York pizza.
I haven't. And oh my God, that's a tragedy in itself, isn't it?
That is funny. Well, we want to have some, we want to give some examples. So we have a couple of surprises coming up in just a second. I want Adam really quickly to share his juicy bit for the week, because Adam is our interview king, and he has been interviewing some, we'll just call them some people may know. How's that, Adam?
That is a perfect way to describe it. So this week I got to interview Katie Segal, who you might know from Married with Children or Sons of Anarchy or Futurama, because she's going to be in an off-Broadway show this summer in New York City. And one juicy bit I have about the interview that you won't hear in the interview, this is like a real behind the curtain story, is that in 1994, Katie Segal released her debut album, and I had the cassette single for Can't Hurry the Harvest, and I brought the cassette single with me, and I asked her if she would sign it, and she was like so amazed that I had it, and she wanted it. She was like, I don't even have this. And I had a brief moment where I thought about giving it to her, but in the end, I just had her sign it, and I did not give it to her. So, but it was just so amazing to see her reaction and how excited she was. And that is just one piece of the interview that you won't hear in the interview, but that is something that happened. And that is my juicy bit for today.
I think that's pretty juicy. I think it is. And I have a 4 and a 7, Carrie, that I want to put out as a juicy. So
a 4 and a 7?
4 words and 7 words that I want to put out. So there's 4 words. The first 4 are fit together, stronger forever. And the 7 words are if you're foggy and you know it. So I want to bring up some more juicy. Carrie, could you bring our surprises out for everyone to see this morning?
Welcome.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I would love to introduce our surprise live guests. So we have joining us the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, who is the host of the Sisters in Service podcast and an amazing booty kicker in the Small Space Pilates Yacht Club, which is an online fitness platform for us to enjoy working out in the comfort of our own homes. Thank you for being here, Kat. And we are also joined by our resident age agitator, Yvonne Marchese, host of the Late Bloomer Living podcast and the founder of the Midlife Uprising community, where we can bust through our midlife funk with the rock star Yvonne to guide us. Thank you, Yvonne.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
We're so excited that you're here.
So excited to be here. By the way, we have no idea. Kat, I don't think Kat knows either. We have no idea why we're here.
Maybe, I'm glad you mentioned that. We might have some ulterior motives going on over here. So one of the reasons that y'all are here is because we voted, the production team voted, y'all are pretty juicy. Y'all have some pretty juicy campaigns going on, and y'all are bringing such amazing stuff to this world. And we wanted to celebrate out loud a couple of things. So the first one, if Adam will help us, we want to celebrate a really big deal. And that is, and y'all forgive me for this part, happy podcast birthday to you.
Happy podcast birthday to you. Happy podcast birthday, Yvonne. Late Bloomer Living.
Happy
podcast birthday to you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm dying.
Oh my goodness. Yvonne, we heard the podcast episode you put out for your 3-year anniversary, and all we can say is wow and thank you. Yeah, that was impressive.
I thank you guys for all contributing your voices to that podcast episode to make it extra special. I wanted it to feel a little bit like a party, and it did.
You made it feel like a party. So we were very honored to even get to hear it, let alone, I was shocked because I didn't even know. So I don't always listen to all the instructions, apparently. I didn't realize that's what we were leaving the messages for. I thought we were just celebrating you. And so when you came up with that on there, I was like, what? So yeah, that's my little, no clue, Yvonne.
And I want to make sure for anyone tuning in case they didn't catch it. So Yvonne's podcast is Late Bloomer Living, and it is a fantastic one to tune into. So if you're not already following Yvonne and the Late Bloomer Living podcast, go now. Well, not now. After the show, go and hit, unless you can do it at the same time, by all means. But definitely follow Yvonne's podcast because it is brilliant.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, Yvonne, will you give everybody just a really quick summary of what they could expect on the podcast as a whole? Because you've got so many amazing episodes.
Thank you. So the reason I put the podcast together is because I wanted to create a space where people could come for inspiration to reinvent themselves at any point in time in their lives, that age should not be something that holds us back, that you may feel you missed the boat on something and you haven't. You can start at any point to reinvent your life, change things up, and it's just little tiny baby steps that do it. And so I interview people who are living proof of that for the most part. And I sprinkle in a few solo episodes in between, but mostly it's the stories of people who have done things that I am inspired by and I want to share with others.
It's so good, Yvonne, and I've met so many people through you. Like, you've introduced so many people to us that are just incredible humans. So thank you for this labor of love, because that's what it is. But I want to go to the, can I call it the spicy side? I want to go to the spicy side with the two of you. You and Kat are forces to be reckoned with individually, but collectively, holy moly. I'm telling you, y'all don't even exactly, Adam. You don't even know how powerful these two are together. And can I say it out loud, Yvonne? Because I've been busting at the seams to say it out loud. What is happening and what you all are called?
Yeah, you're a good cat. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the Salty Sisters. That is, like, they're making their debut this week, not only live on GME, but they're going live their own selves on Thursday. I am so excited. I cannot wait for the conversations you all will have, because I guarantee you everybody is going to be wowed, because y'all are bringing the juicy. You're bringing the conversation, and you are bringing the salty, girls.
We are fairly salty.
So will you give us a little information, or a little, can we have a little behind the scenes before it happens?
Ooh, should I kick that one to you, Kat?
Ooh.
Oh my, sure. So I've known Yvonne for a while now, and we had this idea, and it was going to be a podcast, and we said, well, let's go live. Let's kind of do it differently. And so we're going to be talking about all those things that happen to us and around us and within us in our midlife. So we're the Salty Sisters through menopause, or through midlife and beyond, because, I think midlife is 75. I'm just saying. And and we're going to be it's going to be messy, but messy's beautiful, or so I've heard. And we're going to be, introducing ourselves and what we're about, but we're also kind of going to be talking about those things that happen to us. But what's really cool is the fact that anyone watching can ask questions or comment. So sometimes it's just going to be me and my other salty sister, and sometimes we're going to actually have guests where you can ask questions in real time. So bear with us, because it's going to be great, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be so freaking cool.
So I want everybody to pull out their calendars and mark it for Thursday, June the 15th at noon 30 if you're in my time zone, and 1:30 if it's Eastern. Do we have that right?
That is correct.
And
Good
Carrie,
job, Kim.
Well, they might be feeding me information. Y'all know me in the time zone thing. Carrie, what time will it be for your world?
I actually have no idea without my calendar, Kim, and I don't dare try and get that right now, because who knows what will happen. But it will be.
I'm pretty sure Carrie will be sleeping at that point.
I have a feeling it's probably in the 3 or 4 a.m. zone, and I don't do that anymore. So I will catch the replay, ladies, happily.
And that is the good news too. Like, you do bring something up, Carrie, that if you don't get to attend live, please do go look for it, because these two are not only fun to hang out with, and they do get a little salty. Well, sometimes a lot salty, I'll say. And it's one of our favorite parts about y'all, just so you know.
It's one of my favorite parts of playing with Kat also is sharing the salty and sweet, I'll just say.
Yes.
And what better combination is there?
I don't know if there is better.
Isn't that why they invented salted caramel? Because of the So, yeah, right. Love it.
So, ladies, I would love to ask you the same question. What is juicy to you? What does that word mean when you're talking about a marketing campaign? Because it's kind of been the theme of the show. What is juicy? What does that look like to you?
I'll jump in. Juicy to me is when I see something that gets me excited, makes me laugh, um, really gets my mind ticking along about something. Anything that captures my imagination, that is juicy to me.
Great definition, Yvonne. Cat.
I love that definition too. It's kind of along the same lines as Yvonne, but it makes me, I can't wait to hear where to go to find out about some information. It invokes a feeling in me. So when Carrie talked about pizza, that's the way I feel about ice cream. I don't have to think about it. If I see something, they're like, go to this website, I'm like, okay, and I'm there. Just like when someone says you want ice cream, there's no, oh, I don't know. It's yes all the time. So juicy invokes a feeling for me. It's a feeling more than anything else. And I react to that feeling.
I have to tell you, Kat, that may be the best definition ever. I just say yes. That's juicy. If you want to know, we could just wrap it up right there. Juicy provokes a yes. So, Carrie, do we want to go to final thoughts for this morning and let everybody kind of give their commentary on the show today?
I think that's a great idea, Kim. So I think we will start with Adam.
I knew it. Somehow I just knew you were going to start with me. Well, first of all, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching and interacting in the chat. We love having you watch and hearing your feedback and what's resonating with you. It means so much to us. So thank you for being here. And I just want to wish Yvonne a very special, again, happy birthday on your 3-year podcast, and to congratulate you and Kat on the debut of your show, the live stream. It is so exciting and we can't wait to watch. So I just hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thank you, Adam. Jill, do you have final thoughts?
I love all the celebrations that we do every show. So this is awesome birthing of another collaboration out of this group and awesome anniversary to celebrate. So glad to be a part of the celebrations and making it out in the world. So another great show, guys. Thank you for bringing it all to the table and making this episode super juicy.
Thank you, Jill. Kat, do you have final thoughts?
I do. I love this platform. I had no idea what today was going to be. I was just told to be camera ready. And, it's the princess, so you have to be ready for anything. I love the fact that Yvonne is celebrating 3 years, which is a lifetime in podcast arena. And so congratulations to my salty sister. And just being able to listen to everyone and glean a little bit of information. Every time I hear someone speak, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So, always have a pen and paper, because you never know, you might miss something that you want to write down. So thank you.
Thank you, Kat. That was perfect. Yvonne, your final thoughts, please.
Oh my goodness. I love that it's so serendipitous that it seems like all of the contributions from the roving reporters tend to kind of fall into this path. We don't plan that. And that's always amazing to me. And again, like Kat said, have a pen and paper ready. I love that this platform exists at all for anybody who's an entrepreneur, who might be feeling lonely or a little bit like something's not gelling and they just need encouragement, because I feel like that's here. And I want to really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for this celebration today for the 3 years of the podcast. It means a tremendous amount to me that you celebrated this with me. And thank you for the introduction for me and Kat for the Salty Sisters launch next week. And just overwhelmed. And thank you.
Thanks, Yvonne.
You are so welcome. We have a tradition of dancing our way out. So we'll see you all next Friday, 7 a.m. Central.
And this is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.